you ever wished you could just press a pause button on the world? Like when you're about to face plant in front of your crush, or when your little brother is about to launch a meatball at your head from across the dinner table? Well, for one kid named Leo, that wish came true. And let me tell you, it got weird, fast. It all started on a dusty afternoon in his grandfather's attic. Tucked away under a pile of old maps and forgotten toys, Leo found it, a peculiar, old-fashioned pocket watch. It wasn't gold or shiny. It was made of a strange, dark wood, with gears that seemed to hum with a secret energy. The big hand was frozen at 12, and instead of a winding knob, there was a single, tempting red button. Leo, being a 10-year-old with an advanced degree in curiosity, did what any of us would do. He pressed it. Click! Everything stopped. A fly, which had been buzzing annoyingly near his ear, hung in midair like a tiny, weird sculpture. The dust motes dancing in the sunbeam froze, solid. Leo could move, but nothing else could. He waved his hand in front of the fly. Nothing! He poked it gently. It was like tapping a tiny, fuzzy statue. A slow, mischievous grin spread across his face. This was going to be fun. His first experiment was simple. His mom was calling him for dinner, her voice echoing up the stairs. Leo, soup's on. Leo clicked the button. He ran downstairs, saw his mom mid-shout, her mouth wide open. He gently placed a cookie on her outstretched hand, then zipped back to his room and clicked the button again. Double quotes, the table. His mom finished, looking down at her hand in confusion. Where did this cookie come from? Leo, hiding at the top of the stairs, had to bite his fist to keep from laughing. The next day at school was where the real chaos began. During a super boring history lesson about ancient pottery, Leo's teacher, Mr. Gable, was pacing back and forth, droning on. Leo felt his eyelids getting heavy. Click! The world froze. Mr. Gable was stuck mid, one leg in the air, looking like a flamingo, contemplating a difficult math problem. Leo saw his chance. He tiptoed to the front of the class, carefully turned Mr. Gable around to face the wall, and then placed a half-eaten banana from his lunchbox on his head like a jaunty little hat. He scurried back to his seat. Click! Mr. Gable blinked. And as you can see, why am I facing the wall? The class erupted in giggles as he discovered the banana on his head. Who did this? He sputtered, his face turning as red as a ripe tomato. Leo just whistled innocently, trying to look as angelic as possible. The pranks got more and more elaborate. He froze the school bully, Mikey, mid-sprint, and tied his shoelaces together. When time started again, Mikey went down in a spectacular, flailing heap. Leo paused a flock of pigeons in the park and rearranged them into the shape of a giant smiley face. Passers-by stared in absolute bewilderment as the pigeons suddenly unfroze and flew off in their new, bizarre formation. He even won the school sack race by freezing everyone else just before the finish line, hopping over in his own sweet time and unfreezing them to see him already celebrating. He was a time-stopping legend. But with great power comes great clumsiness. One afternoon, he was trying to stop his dog, Buster, from tracking muddy paw prints all over the clean kitchen floor. Buster was mid-jump, aiming for the sofa. Leo fumbled with the clock. It slipped from his grasp, tumbling through the air in slow motion. He lunged for it, but it was too late. It hit the tile floor with a sickening sear and a shower of tiny wooden splinters. Suddenly, the world lurched back to life, but not quite right. Buster the dog didn't just land on the sofa, he phased right through it, his paws paddling in the air before he plopped out the other side, looking utterly confused. The magic was broken, and now it was glitching. Mr. Gable appeared in his living room for a split second, still wearing the banana hat, before vanishing. The pigeons from the park flew backward through his window. The world was skipping and buffering like a bad internet connection. Leo realized his fun had come at a cost. He had broken time itself. Frantically, he gathered the broken pieces of the clock. It wasn't about pranks anymore. It was about fixing his mess. With a bit of glue, a lot of hope, and a tiny gear he found under the fridge, he pieced the clock back together. He held his breath and pushed the little red button one last time. There was a final, loud asterisk sprowing asterisk sound, and then everything was normal. Buster was snoozing on the rug. The sun was shining, and the world was moving forward, just as it should. Leo looked at the broken, silent clock in his hand. Maybe, just maybe, living life at its normal speed, with all its messy, unpredictable, and hilarious moments, was the most magical thing of all. Thanks so much for hanging out and listening to Leo's time-bending adventure. If you enjoyed this story, do me a huge favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more tales of magic and mayhem. See you in the next one.